Hey guys, welcome back to Semper Fi Mechanic. My name's Thomas. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how I'm getting accused of trying to steal a car. But I call it a mechanic sling. So it's up to you to decide who's right. So good afternoon guys, how you guys doing? Today is March 1st, 2022, and we just got out of court. So let's stop there and let's rewind about 2 months ago. Got a call from a guy named Bruce. Really not going to put his last name out there, not until everything's settled. But once it is settled, I'll update you guys. But old Brucey called me, said he had a 2010 Nissan Maxima, and he was having some issues with it. Said he was driving, he's going over some bumps, he was hearing a bunch of front end noise. So I was like, all right, Brucey, I'll set you up for a diagnosis. So we set him up for the next day. So we go out to Brucey's old beautiful abode, his nice, great 2-bedroom apartment in Slumville. But whatever, not going to judge. So we go out there, I meet Bruce, he comes out. He's an okay guy, you know what I mean? Kind of a bullshitter, but hey, whatever. Takes one to know one, as they say. And everybody knows I bullshit about everything. So I get the money from him, I get the keys from him. I said, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the diagnosis. So I start doing it, and Brucey's one of them guys that's gonna sit right beside you, smoke your cigarettes, and bullshit the whole time. Which is whatever, man. Go ahead, have a seat, smoke my cigs. I ain't gonna be mad at you. Well, once we start looking at old Bruce's vehicle, he has a lot of issues going on. I mean, his whole front end had to be redone. He had to have some motor mounts put in. I mean, this ended up being about a 4-day job, and his labor price was about $1,100. Now, with parts and everything, he was looking at about $1,700. I mean, it needed a lot of work. And we'll say, old Brucey, he was not happy about this, but he had to get it done. And it was tax time, and so he had money from his tax refund because old Bruce had about 13 kids. So we tell him about what's going on, the price, and what you need done. I told him I can get the parts for him. He has to pay for them. And he said, no, his cousin works at AutoZone. He'll get him a better price. I said, all right, go to your cousin Billy, get the good prices. But the labor, you got to give me $500 up front, and then you can pay me the $550 on the back end. Is exactly what it was. He agreed to that, and he gave me the money. Everything was good. Well, he went to go get the parts from his cousin, and that took forever because, come to find out, his cousin got fired from the job. So he couldn't get him no parts, couldn't get him no discounts. But old Brucey was too embarrassed to come to me to get the parts because he wanted to act like, you know, he's the alpha male here, man. He's like, no, I got it. I can get the parts. Don't worry about it. He didn't want to have to come back and be like, well, cousin got fired for doing exactly what I was asking him to do. Can you get the parts for me? He ain't going to do that. But old Bruce, he finally came through. He got the parts. Only took him a week or so, but he's got them. Didn't save any money, ended up costing him more. He didn't get any discounts. So we go out there and we start doing the job. Well, now I said there's a lot of work. So this job took, about 4 days. And there was a lot going on. And now the whole time, Bruce and his 13 kids was out there bothering me, running around, taking a screwdriver, asking a bunch of questions, trying to climb under the car. I should have just let him stay underneath the vehicle. Up to God then. So I was getting closer to being done. Old Bruce started telling me about his life. He's telling me about how he's fighting with his baby mama and how much he has to pay in child support and just all of his problems. And I'm like, yeah, man, it sucks. I've been through a divorce. I pay child support. I pay like $700 for one kid. So I get it. It's tough. But I've been hip to this game for a while. When it's getting close to being done and they got to pay, these sob stories will come out because they want you to lower the price. But look, like I said, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. I seen this coming from the day I got there. So I get there the next day. I have about 4 hours work left. I'm pumped to get this done. I got $550 coming. It's a good payday. So I get there and I'm starting to do all my stuff. He comes out, walking out with his head down low. Brucey's upset. I'm like, oh, Bruce. I probably said Bruce 100 times in this video. But he hates being called Brucey, so that's why I'm doing it. He's also watching this right now because he's always on my Facebook or Instagram trying to leave bad comments, trying to do bad stuff. So Brucey, we know you're watching. That's why I keep saying it. Tell the wife hello as well. So he's sitting beside me. He's really down and out. He's having the worst time of his life. Everything's happening. His electric's about to get shut off. He's about to get kicked out. They're going to foreclose on his home. Whatever the worst case is, that's what he has. And I'm just finishing the vehicle, and all I'm thinking about is, this motherfucker better pay me. That's all I'm thinking this whole time. Well, near the very end, I had about a half hour left. He goes, man, thank you for working on my vehicle and stuff. He goes, because it's been really hard taking care of these kids while I'm going through radiation and chemo for my cancer. I looked at him, I was like, oh my God, brother, I'm sorry. You got cancer? He's like, yeah, stage 4. I don't know how long I got to live. Just thank you for everything you do. So of course, when I get done, old Brucey doesn't have the money. I was like, Brucey, what are we gonna do about this, man? You owe me $550. But I've been setting myself up for this because I knew he wasn't gonna be able to pay everything he was saying. I knew that I wasn't gonna be getting this money. But I already had $500, you know, and I was thinking maybe he'll have a couple hundred. Old Brucey only had $100 on him. So we came up with an agreement. He'd give me that $100, and every Friday when he got paid, he'd give me $50 until it was paid off, and it was going to be $400 more. But I was also going to tax him $100 for being late for us doing this. You know, not so bad. He's only have to pay an extra $100, and I'm giving him this break. That's still pretty good. But I have learned from my past mistakes, and this time I had an agreement. We both signed it, and I had it notarized. And what it said was, if he didn't make the payments in the timely manner that we agreed on, then I can take ownership of the vehicle. I can get a mechanic's lien against it, go get a title, and have that vehicle put in my name, which is standard practice. If you go to a shop or a dealership and they work on your car and you don't pay, guess what? You don't get your car back. Same thing if they're towing your vehicle. It gets towed somewhere, you don't pay for the towing fees. After so long, they can take ownership of the vehicle. I go the first Friday, he had $35. He didn't have the 50, he had $35. We already started off bad. But I was like, whatever, man. I just added that 15 to the next week. Come back the next week, he actually had the $50. I was like, well, hell, man, this might be okay. Here we go. We go to the third week. Now we got $17. I said, oh, man, I don't think this is going very good. But whatever, I got my $17. Some money was better than no money, right? So the next week rolls around. Now he's ignoring the calls. I go to his house. I'm knocking. He doesn't answer the doors. He's cutting me off. He made a few payments, but he still owes. I mean, it ain't very much. He might only owe like $250 at the time. But right now, that $250 is a lot of money. I needed that money. So I tried and tried. The next week, same thing. I did this for 3 weeks. I went to his house. I called probably 30 times, knocked on his house maybe 5 or 10 times. I mean, hell, it was almost close to harassment how much I was doing it. After about 2 or 3 weeks, I realized he's not going to answer. Well, the bad news for him is my mobile mechanic vehicle went down. Been following the last few videos, you know that. So what that did was that gave me time to focus on old Brucey boy. And that's exactly what I did. So I started looking up, how can I get his vehicle? If he don't want to pay me the last few $100s, I'll take that car because guess what? I need one right now. And his looks pretty damn good to me. So I go up to the courthouse, to the clerk of courts, and I'm figuring out what I got to do. And this is where I found out where I messed up. Because in my agreement, I did not put that I could repossess the vehicle. I just put that I could put a mechanic's lien on it. And I was informed the state law is for you to repossess a vehicle, and it has to say that you can repossess this vehicle if they don't pay agreed amount. You literally have to put that on there, the repossession, in bold letters and have it underlined. If you don't do that, you can't just go to the Ohio BMV and get the title. So next thing I did for old Brucey, I went ahead and sent him a paper saying that if he doesn't pay, this is his last chance. You know, like I'm a bill collector now. This is my letter of intent for the mechanic lien. Here it is. Here's your last chance. Make this payment. And actually, it was $279 is what he owed, exactly. You had to pay $279, Brucey, and that's all it had to be. But guess what? You didn't. So after that, filled out the next paper. All it is the mechanic lien paper. I had to send it by certified mail to Brucey's address. After that, you only have to wait 15 days. And guess what? It was 15 days. It was 20 days, 25 days. No response. So that's when I was able to get the court date, which was today. I'll put a little video up here where I was actually at the court and got to go in front of the judge and present my case. So as of today, Brucey, I'm coming for your vehicle because they granted me the ownership. So I'm headed down to the Ohio BMV. I'm going to go ahead and put the application for this title. When I get it, coming for that vehicle, be my new mobile mechanic vehicle. Thank you, Brucey. I wouldn't even have really went this far into it. Brucey was an asshole. And he would leave remarks on my social media. He'd leave bad reviews. Brucey's just an asshole, man. He straight up is. He had no intent to pay. He got mad because I called his job. Told his job, hey, he needs to pay. And Bruce got really mad about that. Well, you got to pay your bills, brother. Because now I got about $500 invested, paying for the application fees and all that. Actually buying your vehicle for $500. And this all could have been avoided if you'd have just paid his bill. Or at least talk to me, work with me. If you'd have just answered, I was accepting your $17 a week. I'd have just kept taking that. If you would have just tried, answered, talked to me, we could have figured something out. But no, you cut me off and you was a dickhead and you're posting stuff everywhere. So now we're coming after your vehicle, Bruce. In the comments section, let me know what you guys would do. You think I was wrong about this? So make sure you check out the video description. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do it through Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. Just one of the links below. All the money that we're getting donated is going to our work van fund. We're trying to get a new vehicle so we can get back on the road. Even if we get old Brucey's beat up Nissan, I'm just gonna get that, turn around and trade it in for the $1,000 that it's worth. Take whatever money we can get donated, add it to that, and go ahead and get that mobile mechanic work van for us. So even if you donate $1, $5, anything, it all helps right now. Everybody that's donated, thank you very much. It really means a lot to me seeing how much everybody's supporting me. And like I always say, Semper Fi till next time.